Shalom everybody, I hope everybody's having a great day. I wanted to share with you a quick message that's very important and vital that needs to be applied in our everyday lives, especially the men. Reason being is because the man is responsible for the Shalom Bayit, meaning the peace among the home. Peace among the home, Shalom Bayit, means between the peace among his other half, which is his wife. And if you're not married, then it's very important, and you're in time to learn this important formula, so that way when you do get married, everything falls into place and goes according to the way it should go. So I want to talk to you about the formula of a successful marriage, of a successful family. Now, mind you, in all of the situations, you're going to have difficulties, and you're going to have, I don't want to say problems, but you're going to have obstacles. And those obstacles are there so you both, as a unit, can grow stronger amongst one another and correct your bad attributes, your bad traits, so that way your good qualities can outshine it. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a saying that I read by a rabbi. His name is Rabbi Shalom Bayit, and it goes as follows. It says, if the man, the husband, and I'll refer that to you as you, so if you treat your wife as a queen, then you become the king. But if you treat your wife as a mop, then you become the wet rag. Therefore, you must always respect, love, and uplift your wife. Why? Because at the end of the day, when you hurt her, you're only hurting yourself. Because what we fail to understand and what we fail to realize, or we forget at times, is that your wife, your other half, is part of your soul. You guys share the same souls. The moment you guys get married, at the moment that you guys are saying your vows and committing to one another, then there's a ceremony that happens. Usually in Judaism it's called under the chuppah, where God sows. He sows both souls together. And then you become one. The Torah goes on and states that says that a man is incomplete until he gets married, until he finds his wife. That he can be the most righteous man in the world, but if he's not married, then he's nothing. Because it is only through marriage, and it is only through your wife, that you are able to correct and finally understand and connect to God in a way unexplainable compared to anything else. How do I know this? How do I get to learn? How did I learn this formula? Well, because I had to fall. Those of you that know my story will understand that I had to lose it all for me to realize the formula of what life is really all about. The formula of love, the formula of to have a peace among the home for your wife and your children. And I would hate for any of y'all to have to go through that. But sometimes it's necessary to correct yourself and to fix your bad traits. Therefore, let's begin with the formula. And it goes as follows. The reflection of the children is the reflection of the mother. The reflection of the mother is of the husband. And the reflection of the husband depends on his relationship with God. And the reflection of the unity amongst the family depends on the unity of the couple. What do I mean by that? is that the man is responsible and I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of this, that man is the head, not the tail. What does that mean? That man can give orders and say, you need to do this and you need to do that, and because I'm the man, I'm the head? Absolutely not. What it means is that you are responsible for your family. You are responsible for your wife, spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So, when you are married, you want to hear God speak to you? He speaks through your wife. Everything your wife says, now mind you, there's always exceptions to the rules in everything. Nothing is just one size fits all. Everything is tailor-made. Everything is custom-made depending on the situation. But God speaks to you, to the man, through his wife. So, you want to have a successful marriage? Then you must connect with Hashem, with God. You need to connect with him and fill your vessel up with light. Because that light that you fill yourself up with, your wife is depending on it. Your wife needs it. The Torah says we're compared to the wife being the moon and the husband being the sun. The moon doesn't shine on her own. It has no light of its own. It depends on the light of the sun. Therefore, men were created to give, to be the example of what God really is. God doesn't receive anything. God doesn't need anything. God gives and gives and gives. Therefore, that is our job as a man, to give and give and give, filling up her vessel. Therefore, the more you fill your vessel up, how do you fill it? By connecting to God. Therefore, her vessel gets filled. And when her vessel is filled with light, guess what? Then your children's vessel gets filled. Why? Because your children is a reflection of your wife is a reflection of you, and you are the reflection of the relationship that you have with God. That's the secret. It's not about seeing other people's faults. It's about seeing your own and correcting them. It's not about pointing fingers saying, oh, well, she's this, or he's that, or they're this, or they're that. No, connect to God. Connect to God. They say happy wife, happy life. That's exactly true. How do we know this? It's because the man connects to God, therefore she's getting filled with light. She's getting her vessel filled with light, with energy, and everything else comes included. Love, peace, and everything. Why? Because you're performing what we call a mitzvah. You're performing your duty in life as a man, and you're fulfilling creation. You're fulfilling your purpose. It's that simple. But it's very hard to apply. But not impossible. So Bezrat Hashem, God willing, each and every one of us apply this formula into our lives each and every day. Have faith in God. You cannot do this without faith. Why? Because then you think everything is natural. Everything, it's really that. Nah, I don't think it's that simple. It's much more complicated than that. You got to have faith. You got to have faith in knowing that this formula will work. How do I know this? Because I'm applying it in my own life. And God willing, may I merit to get married this year. Amen ben amen. And God willing, those of you that are married, may you merit to have an even better relationship with your husband or your wife. And those of you who aren't, God willing, may you merit to have the best relationship with your spouse. Each and every day filling your vessel up with light and filling your family's vessels with light. But the only way you can do that is by connecting to God. So I wish you the very best. I wish you much success. And I wish you much Shalom Bayit, peace among the home, amongst one another. Shalom.